Hi, I'm going to do a little exercise here using channels and alpha channels. Okay, I'll explain how this works as I go through it. Just double check that your file is set up as mine is. So I've got a background layer that's just pure white, so currently locked. Got my image over the top. The image mode is RGB and 8 bits per channel. Okay. So what I'm going to do is use an adjustment layer called threshold, and the threshold layer is going to let me generate a black and white selection like so. And that's kind of all I need. Okay, now I'm just going to go back to my layers palette, and I don't need that layer mask, so I'm just going to dispense with that. And this threshold layer is the layer that's going to help me make my alpha channel. So what I'm going to do is make sure it's active, go to the select color range, and basically you should have that selection highlighted in your window. Look at my settings. Okay, so that just automatically pops up. Okay. You'll see the little tiny crawling ants all over the place. So all the white is anything that's currently white in the image is being selected. Go to my channels. I'm going to make a new channel. And what I'm going to do is going to get the paint bucket, make sure it's white, and I'm going to fill it so it's like that. And you'll see that in my alpha channel, I now have a corresponding black and white image. Okay, just turn my RGB on, turn my alpha channel off. Back into here, just for clarity's sake, I don't need to do this, but just for clarity's sake, I'm going to bin the threshold adjustment layer because it's done its purpose. Okay. Okay, so back to my channels. I'm going to just control-click on the alpha channel thumbnail. It's probably command-click on a Mac, but I'm using a PC at the moment, so can't test that out in a second. So I'm assuming it's command and click. So control-click on a PC. That loads the selection. And basically, when I go to this layer now, if I activate layer 0 and hit Control and J to duplicate the layer, it duplicates basically everything that was selected, which was all the white area. Now, so what that's actually done is it's created a space. So if that color, if the background color was a different color, you'd get a solid color here coming through. Okay, well that's not what I want. So back to my channels, and this is useful. I'm just going to activate the channel. I'm going to invert it so there is a select and inverse. Ooh, can't see it. Let's see. Select and can't see it. So normally I don't even go up there, but I just use Control and I. And that converts it inverts it from black to white. Okay, so turn my RGB channels back on, turn the alpha channel off there, and then do the same process. Control and click. It loads the selection. This time it's selecting all the white stuff, but now all the white stuff's in the middle. All the white areas in the middle, sorry, I should say. And activate layer 0, Control and J. And this time round, it'll have made a selection. I'm just going to Control and D to deselect those crawling ants. So at the moment, that is the alpha selection layer there. Okay. I'll just rename. So this is the original nest, so you can see that. Okay. So with the alpha selection available, what I'm going to do, just to show you that it is selected and different, I'm just going to double click on the layer, and I'm just going to cut two of the channels, the R and the green and the blue channel, and I'm just going to move, but actually I'm not even going to move the layer, I'm just going to turn the original nest off to show that we now have a selection just based on the alpha channel that we created earlier, and at the moment we're just displaying the blue element of that channel. If I duplicate this layer one more time, and I'll call this the green layer. I'll rename that one the red one. Red, R for red. Double click, go into layer styles, turn on the green channel, and now if I turn everything off, apart from the green channel, you'll see I've got this kind of magenta type colour here. I can mix it with the colour beneath. Obviously, we can do what we've done previously. We can do a little bit of channel splitting. I can go back in. I can maybe switch that to the blue channel, turn that off. Let's get the green. Always rename things if you can. Helps later on when you're trying to make sense of everything. And turn it on, turn it off. So I've got, that's the blue channel, that's the red channel operating on its own. Mix the two together, red and the blue. And of course I can separate them like so. Now this area around the edges is also a little bit yellow, but you could always go back in, make another selection, control click, invert that selection one more time. We should be able to delete things. Okay, like so. So lots of experimentation available, but most importantly, what we're doing here is we made a black and white image. We used the threshold adjustment layer to do so, and we used the select color range to make the black and white selection, and we then created a new alpha channel and loaded that black and white selection in there, which meant it's stored for future use. So if I want to go back, I can go back to my channel, select it again, and it's available for the next step, the next experiment that you want to do. Okay, so I hope that's of use. 7 minutes, that's long enough to listen to me. Over to you. Thanks.